100 galleries, nearly 50 countries, and tens of thousands of visitors, all under one roof. Welcome to Art Dubai. Now in its 12th year, it's one of the Middle East's biggest art fairs, drawing some of the most sought-after names in the contemporary art world, like Lawrence Abu Hamdan, who won this year's Abraj Group Art Prize. The Abraj Prize is awarded specifically to artists from the Middle East, North Africa, and South Asia.
What I do is art that really tries to experiment with the ways in which politics is represented and people are kind of heard and seen.
Taking place from March 21st to 24th, Art Dubai features a wide range of artists and media.
I think artists have the power to change points of views and perspectives, and they have important voices that give us insights into the most kind of compelling issues of our time, but in unexpected and revelatory ways. And so I've always thought of artists as activists and as agents for social change.
It's a very diverse event. This year, art galleries from Argentina, India, and even Iceland are participating. But the fair is not open to everyone. While Palestinian artists can and do participate in Art Dubai, the same can't be said for Israelis. Dubai does not recognize Israel as a state, and the two have no diplomatic ties. Still, the fair reflects a deeper cultural shift in the region and a growing interest in the highly lucrative art market.
We do have now galleries. We are building a museum. We are introducing this new places, and the government itself is very interesting now in art. So that's a very good time to be an artist in the Middle East.
It looks like it's no longer just art for art's sake.
And joining us in the studio now is Maya Margit. And Maya, I've had the opportunity to go to Dubai several times for business reasons in the past years. It never struck me as a cultural capital, more of an entertainment capital.
Right.
But there does seem to be a renewed focus on art in the Gulf region. We have the Louvre in Abu Dhabi, and you've reported on new cultural efforts in Saudi Arabia. So is this part of more of a general effort to raise culture, and why is that happening now?
There definitely is a renewed focus and interest in art and culture across the region, across the Middle East, and especially in the Gulf. The UAE specifically is really trying to become kind of like a cultural hub for the area. For instance, in Dubai, even a decade ago, there were maybe a handful of galleries across all of Dubai, and now there's over 100 because people are more and more interested in collecting art from Middle Eastern artists. So there's the Louvre Abu Dhabi, which just opened. They're also trying to build a new Guggenheim Museum in Abu Dhabi, wow, which is going to be, a multi-million-dollar project designed by Frank Gehry, very famous architect. And then in Saudi Arabia, you have archaeology, which is becoming a new kind of passion and a cultural drive. They basically realize that there's money to be made in this. This is a lucrative business. Maybe oil is not, what it used to be. So art is a new investment. It's a safe investment. People are investing millions of dollars. They're breaking records. Artists in the Middle East are selling record-breaking artworks in auctions.
But it's not just about the money, because art in so many ways is about sort of breaking barriers, being provocative, crossing imaginary red lines. How does that work in countries like this, especially Saudi Arabia or the UAE?
Right, so, there is censorship. There are issues with censorship, especially in Dubai. There are laws that they cannot cross. So they don't see it as censorship, they just see it as a legal matter. So, for instance, you can't have nudity at Art Dubai. Art Dubai doesn't allow for any artworks that show nudity, which is a really big thing in the art world.
Sure. That kind of cuts out,
quite a bit of talk of art.
If a royal family will go and visit Art Dubai, they have to maybe censor some extra artworks. They go through the whole fair. Blasphemy is another thing that isn't allowed.
Right.
Some political things are very sensitive, like the Arab Spring. So some artworks related to the Arab Spring a few years ago were taken down out of Art Dubai. So censorship is an issue. Listen, it's a burgeoning field. They are more and more open to contemporary art, and things will change as the years go on.
All right, but a pretty high price tag being offered, which maybe some artists would
indeed
take happily. Maya Margit, thanks very much for being with us.